radio.com. In the house, we got Evangelist Cheryl Yvette Johnson.
I'm up in the house, y'all.
Yeah, we're up in the house. And on the telephone line, we got Tasha Harris. How you doing, Tasha?
I'm okay.
You okay? Oh, you coming in? I thought you was coming in low. I see your signal. You're coming in strong. All righty, Tasha. Tell us about yourself. Tell us, who is Tasha? Well, let me give a little introduction since I know a little bit about her. Tasha Harris is CEO of YouNique Blessings, and you guys, if you need to call her, 347-806-3190. Email her at YouNique616@yahoo.com. Is that correct, Tasha?
Yes, it is.
All right, so Tasha, tell us about yourself. Tell us who you are, where you at, what goods you got going on, what event you got going on, and then we'll come and ask you how you started it and all that stuff. So go ahead, Tasha Harris in the house.
Yes, well, my name is Tasha. As you said before, I created this organization because I had a passion about giving back to the communities. My job function that I do is with social services, so I see a lot. Right. And one of the things through my research is that I see that there's a lot of things lacking in our community, and the main thing is knowledge. If we don't have that, we can't elevate our families nor our children. So I said, a lot of people make complaints, well, I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. So I said to myself, it's up to me now to step up and try to service these, anybody that I can to try to help them get the information. So I created YouNique Blessings. It has to start with you to make a change. YouNique was just me because my organization, there's a lot of organizations out here that says the same thing, but I have a different nick to what I do. I decided to create this because I used to be involved in a lot of other organizations that said they was giving back to charity. I didn't see it as much, so I decided if I was putting some of my talent in some of these organizations, why not do it for myself and bring some more to the table? So that's what I decided to do.
All right, Tasha, so you sound like you're doing your thing, girl. Now, YouNique Blessings. Now, tell us more exactly. Now, what if you sell? I know it sounds more like a service, but what kind of products or service that you sell? I know it's a foundation when you help people, but give us an example of something, a service or a product that you actually do or use, or you sell.
So the things that. So a lot of things, me being in the social service field, is that I find that the reason why people don't step forward is because sometimes it's because of embarrassment. So what I do is I bring the information in a form to where everybody's coming out, they're going to have a good time. I table the information so then that way you're not called out singly. It might be someone involved that's in domestic violence and they don't want to tell nobody because they may feel like, oh wow, why are you staying with that person? It might be somebody who's getting ready to get evicted. So they don't reach out for help because they feel like, oh no, someone's going to know I'm about to get put out in my apartment. So I come out to the communities, I give out the information with my vendors, and also the difference in my thing is that I may do an event with food and have some entertainment, just like the event I'm getting ready to have coming up. So it's a fun thing, even though you're going through distress, I'm making you feel comfortable and letting you know that you're not alone.
Wow, that's wonderful. Now, what type of population do you try to service or do you try to reach?
Well, I want to reach everyone because, but my population I'm definitely targeting is the low income because a lot of times when they want to seek the services, they always got to go to Manhattan or they send them somewhere far. So I'm bringing it here to the Bronx.
Okay, now give me an idea. If I were to come to your service, walk me through a session. I would call you up and I would say what to you, that I'm in need of a particular item or I have a dream and I want to pursue it. How would you walk me through it?
Okay, so you're an individual that's coming to me. Let me give an example. Listen, right now I'm having a lot of family issues with my child. I don't know where to go. I need some help and I don't have no car for me to get there. So what I'll do for them is I say, listen, I need to know where you at. situation like that. Or if I'm holding an event, I would tell them to come out to the event where we could try to service this person and give them all the information they would need so they don't feel embarrassed. We're going to walk them through the process. A lot of times the organizations just give them the paperwork. All right, go ahead on your own. We're going to walk this person through the whole process to the end. And even after it's over, we're going to make sure we keep in contact with that person, make sure everything's okay.
I'm loving that, because you know what? You hit the nail on the head to me when you said that it's a paperwork process in most situations, and you're right. Most organizations that you go through, they're going to walk you to the front door, and the most you'll see with an individual is the receptionist. They'll give you a thick packet to fill out, and once you complete the packet, they'll take you to an intake worker. That intake worker will basically go through your packet and really not concentrate on you. And I know that one of the things that we do in the nursing field is they teach us all the time, don't look at your paperwork, don't look at that monitor. Look at the person, look at the human being, and see what it is that they're going through. You can look at my packet as an intake worker, but socially, look at my face. Am I crying? You know, am I weary? Am I weepy? Can I even emotionally make it to the next day? Or what if I'm an individual that's going through and I'm illiterate? Do you have services that will be able to help me?
Exactly. Yes.
Wonderful.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing that I'm finding. A lot of times they look at you as a number. You know, it's all about numbers and paperwork. So I'm not concerned about how you're feeling today. I'm not greeting that person and saying, you know, did you even eat today?
Wow.
You know, maybe that coffee that they went to your site, that was their coffee that they could use to eat. So these are the things that's different about Unique Blessings, because we want to be able to have everything in order. You have to have your whole household in order to be functional for yourself.
Give me some
idea. If you're not functional, yes.
If you're not functional,
if you're not functional, you can't help your family. You can't help your kids.
I agree with you.
So we got to make sure that you right. The head got to be right in order for everything to run.
Absolutely. Now, what is your ideal of a family that is functioning correctly? What are some of the components of a family that's functioning properly?
Well, first and foremost, a two-parent household. But the reality is, in our communities, that's not so. Sometimes we have the single mother that's in place that she might not have the resources because there's not a financial asset to the family. Like the father might not be around, or vice versa. It might be a father that's taking care of the kids, and there's no finances there. So we're trying to make sure that your finances in order any way that we can help you. Whether you're going to get financial help from social services, whether we can help you do a vocational training so you'll be able to take care of your family. Because like I said, the head has to be right. So if I can put that in perspective and make sure that you're good with your finances, make sure that you have food in the house, and we walk you through every process, make sure the children is okay, and that's a big thing too. When the kids see the parents falling out and when they sad, then it just breaks down the whole component of the family. So we're going to make sure that my team is going to make sure that everything's good.
Is your society or your organization religiously based, or are you only socially and community based?
We're community based. It doesn't matter what your religion is.
Wonderful. So you're
not talking like, oh, this is just for Catholics.
Okay.
Oh, this is just for Baptists. This is for each and anybody, any population.
What about
it doesn't
age?
matter.
What
Come
about
to
age
us
group?
if you need the services.
And is that any age group that you would service? Would you service
any age group? Any age.
And what if someone came to you and they were underage? They were maybe 12 or 13 and they were dealing with some sort of familial problem. Would you help them, or would you direct them to go and get a parent? How does that work if the child is under 18?
Well, if the child is under 18, definitely have to find out what's the situation, because every situation is different. And I have to see what's going on in the household once I speak to that child. And if the child, some children are like, well, I don't want to tell the parent, then I need to find out why, because I don't know what's going on. Is there abuse going on in the home? So it's just basically we just going to investigate the situation, and we'll bring in the family together, and if I have to direct them to other resources, then that's what I do, because a lot of people on my team that I try to introduce on my webpage is working in all those different avenues.
All right, hey Tasha, how are you guys funded? How do you get your money? How
Well, actually, we're funding ourselves at the moment.
Yeah,
we're doing everything. We have sponsors from different people that come out. Like I know a lot of people that's involved with the motorcycle circuit, so a lot of times they make donations. A lot of my people on the team, we just invest out of our pocket.
Wow. Now, what struck this for you, and what year did you begin this organization?
Well, what made me want to start? Well, first of all, the name of my organization is the YouNique Blessings. And if people look at the logo, they'll see that there's a heart that's involved on the logo. A couple of years ago, I had a heart attack on my birthday. So this was the time when I decided that I had to make a change in my life to make sure I do things. You know, I was reading the Bible the other day, and it was like Peter 1, chapter 4, verse 10. It says, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another, and as good stewards of God's very grace. So I'm saying, you know, he's giving me this gift to do things, and I have to use it. You know, your time is, you can't say how long I'm going to live. So I said, I need to do what God wants me to do now. So that's one of the reasons why I said YouNique Blessings, because I want to be a blessing to someone. Even if it's just one person I can help in my lifetime, I'm going to do that.
Now, Tanisha, so Tasha, this came from out of you actually social working, I guess, you having faith in God, and then God leading you to create an organization that will really help others. Is that right? Am I right by coming up with that conclusion from your social work to you having a heart, and then maybe even going through the heart attack and saying, you know what, let me create something that's really going to be a little bit more effective, or do it a little different than the rest the other organization. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. My passion has always been to help people regardless. Even when I was younger, you know, my mother used to get mad because I used to get all the kids that got thrown out their house, bring them to the house. She'd be like, oh, God, another one in the house, you know.
You was that
so
house.
This is something that was always in my spirit.
Yes.
From the time when I was young. So now that I'm in the social service field, like, I work with substance abuse clients, you know, women from 18 and up. You know, one of the things that they always say to me, you know, Miss Harris, I enjoy when you give a group. You know, if it wasn't for you, I would have left here already. So that tells me that I'm doing the right thing. I'm in the right direction.
Right. Excellent. Now, it's always good to see people who walking in a purpose and your passion. We can tell you are because everything is lining up with what you want to do before you even became adult. You always had that passion to help.
She was a little social.
Yeah, a little social worker.
Everybody else had lemonade stands. Yeah. She had the social services
my mother
stand.
Like that. My mother used to be like, "Oh God, who I'm gonna see in the house this time?"
All right. On that note, hey, Tasha, if you could hang on the line, I'm gonna go to a music video and we'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're talking to Tasha Harris, CEO of YouNique Blessings. I can see that she truly is a blessing to her community.
Yes.
And walking in her purpose. And just to let you know, guys, that's what God wants from us.
Right.
He wants us to walk in our purpose. Whatever He's given us, the talents that you know it, because you'll do it whether you get paid or not.
And people often will say, I don't know what my talent is. I don't know what God wants me to do. The thing that you enjoy doing is what God wants you to be able to do.
And you can usually detect it from when you're young, like Tasha was able to detect. And her mother was able to say, hey, girl, stop the social working.
Wait till you turn 18.
Yeah, wait till you get your own. But she was doing it already. And usually it's the thing like with me.
Right.
The thing I love to do, well, I was playing music since I was a little baby, DJing when I was a teenager, you know, setting up PA
taking your mother's albums and scratching them up.
Right, breaking up equipment, fixing it again. So, you know.
Your passion was what your real dream was.
It's usually something that you do when you're younger. You don't have to get paid for it. You just do it. So walk in your purpose, y'all. The best way to do that is to trust God, read the Bible, trust in God, and go. Just do it. Sometimes you gotta walk on a limb. Sometimes you can, like we were saying, step out on faith. Sometimes we go through difficulty, but that's God refining us, trying to get us to the next plateau.
On the potter's wheel.
All right. On that note, I'm going to go to a music video. Be right back. This is the God's Party, HarlemLanesRadio.com. We here every Sunday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. All righty. Let me see what I got here. All right, guys, let's go long way down.